Here's the part, the Sato 15 about Tony Khan and CM Punk again. So, Tony Khan has a full comments on what happened with CM Punk in AEW. He said, stating quote, CM Punk's career in AEW was filled with the highs and some extreme lows. And in one of those lows, we'll see him to break release from the promotion after in other cases with Zach Perry at All In out last year in 2023. He explained, AEW reporting air the footage of the other cases in this episode of Dynamite. As it was news to the footage in this feud between the Young Bucks. As in FTR do just a little registered with Punk. As Avani's brought AEW president Tony Khan on his show. As he asked about the CM Punk drama and whether if Tony Khan is at peace with how MG played out. He also asked whether putting the photos on to air was a response to Avani this full interview. As it with Punk around that time, he said, as it is interesting because I do think that I didn't notice it agreed with the descriptions of how it all happened. But also is a TV show. Was it in it did a very strong novel by Tony Khan. Tony Khan says he wishes things had worked out between the Punk and AEW had that around the time on the Christmas started and Tony Khan wanted to continue to working relationship, but that wasn't possible, he said. After Avani, so Anya also brought up the full comments about CM Punk made during his interview. Anya he stated that and Tony Khan as people walks all over him, and Tony Khan responded by saying, I don't agree with that, but I also think that everyone is entitled to do options, and that's a feedback, and it's feel if that's how he feels. After the aftermath of AEW and CM Punk issues, after certain issues between CM Punk and the AEW cast, a massive dark cloud over the company. Added with agreed for the quote sometime after everything was resolved, the Punk will return to WWE to come in a spot as a top star. Also counting titles and living out his goal of main eventing at WrestleMania when he faced Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns this year. After in AEW in the years since has regained the popularity it once had with many fans, and Tony Khan himself saying 2025 has the best year and they have ever had. Tony Khan also noted during his interview with Avani that the locker room is the best it has been since the lockdown in Sassaville. As your brain said. So, after of Tony Khan had to explain this his full interview with Awani, after of Tony Khan to explain it after what just happened to CM Punk. So CM Punk has slight issues between him and Tony, not getting along between those two. He has returned to WWE this year, and Tony Khan has been this full interview with Awani, so he told to CM Punk after what just happened to CM Punk and Seth Perry. So this is just what happened. So when I do hard and else between those two not get along and just evolve between Punk and Tony Khan and probably about Seth Perry and Young Bucks. So and don't forget to like and subscribe and just comment this is between Punk and Tony Khan. So let us know of your thoughts in the comments below. So I just said what happened between Punk and Tony Khan had the same old thing, just like last year or so between him and Punk. So I don't know. I just said what happened since like 2023 again. He said, oh, it's more. So, Tony Khan said the pistol of CM Punk, Ricky Saints, Shay Cargill, and Cody Rhodes, and Rhodes made him smile. He said it remained him of Cody Rhodes, and Moxley taking a investigator in AEW at Double or Nothing last year, 2020. After he said, I think be more. Tony Khan was asked about handling the CM Punk expression in earning the backstage photos. After his arguments with Zach Perry, I think the tape spoke for itself, and I think that I didn't agree with how it happened, and personally it was a part of why and things were no longer able to continue with us, and to I would have liked to have been able to it was clear. After we started doing all the closing, and I wanted to reconcile and find a way and to still do those things, and I guess that wasn't possible. He said, I wanted to find a way for anybody to be able to work together, and that didn't work. And that's okay. It seems like everybody is happier and doing better right now. I know in AEW right now, everybody is really happy in it. It feels like this is the best locker room since Sassafil lockdown days. That's what he said. Here's the next one. He explained. Tony Khan is asked about the CM Punk expression in the video. He said he wanted to reconcile with Punk. CM Punk continued by things that failed so like he couldn't says the Punk and said fail speaks for itself. And Tony Khan says CM Punk and AEW had great times together. That's what he said all along. So you might have to play out and you wait Tony Khan for the full interview with a Wally show today and how he explain it. So I don't think it's a like a subscribe in this video. So I don't what I'm saying about AEW. So about this time in this video, so I don't forget to smash the bell on the top. And by this time, peace.